Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys. Bitcoin has been trading sideways. I was drawing like diagonal lines before on Bitcoin, but basically it's been compressing sideways. If you look at it, I'll show the chart in a second, but I wanted to get into a discussion briefly about part of the problem that's been happening with firms like Binance. Just recently, on their site, they had a flash crash to 24,000 on Binance's US dollar to Bitcoin pair. And I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it doesn't inspire any kind of confidence. And so you have these mass liquidations that can occur at times because people set up stop losses. So if you get this flash crash on something like as big as Binance, where a lot of whales or whoever else might have stop losses in place, right? They've just set up stop losses. When this occurs on something like Binance, it triggers those stop losses and it leads to a massive liquidation. And so that's what's occurred more than once on Binance. And the last one, which was the beginning of the downturn in Bitcoin, really was back in October, where they had a significant event where Bitcoin dropped to 38K globally because of a pricing glitch that occurred on Binance internal systems. So basically, you had some sort of system failure with Binance, right? Cause it to crash, do a flash crash, which was just an erroneous pricing glitch on the behalf of Binance's internal Oracle system. Triggered a bunch of stop losses and dropped the price. And so that's been what's happening. So stuff like that doesn't inspire confidence. And you see, a lot of people are 150x leverage too on their Bitcoin holdings. So take out leverage or trade futures on Bitcoin or anything. And so there's this massive amount of leverage going on in crypto exchanges. So you're going to trigger stop losses when you have a firm like Binance erroneously having this kind of mistake where it does a flash crash of Bitcoin. It triggers the liquidity crisis where all these stop losses get triggered. So it doesn't inspire confidence, and as a result, you really got to be on par with Bitcoin as far as charting in order to manage good risk management, because you could have these massive one-day failures in something like Binance, which are going to trigger all those stop losses. And so anyway, I'm rules based when it comes to Bitcoin. I'm not averaging down currently because this formation here, if you look at it, it could break either way. And okay, it's got to have a trigger for it to break either to the upside or to the downside. And right now, there's a lack of confidence in Bitcoin, especially with these failures with Binance, where it's triggering these liquidation events. So if you have one more off day with a Binance or anything else, or someone decides to sell, this pattern you see, this wedge, which normally to me is kind of bullish, this could actually break severely to the downside again. And so that's what I'm looking at. I'm ruse based. So what I do is I go back to previous supports. We broke the upward trend line, so I don't want to trade it unless we break above it. And the last support I see is in this range around, a stronger support around $72,000. So what am I doing? I'm just sitting here to see if this range breaks. I mean, you could draw trend lines or parallel support lines for the current trading pattern. And that's what I could do right here. I could just draw like underneath it right here where it wicks down, right? Draw another one to the top of this pattern. And maybe you could get away with trading that tight range because you see that wedge pattern, it's trading sideways. It's compressing. So it's going to break at some point. But what's going to be the catalyst to propel it up or down? And right now, the news is all negative. The feeling toward it is all negative. So it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. So what you can do is just be ruse based. Just wait till your bigger, stronger supports are hit. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to average down. Sorry about the plane in the background. It's the holidays in Maui, guys. A lot of people are flying in, even late, coming in on Christmas. So, but anyway, I'm ruse based. I'm not gonna take another chance on dipping into it until it hits around that 72,000 mark, right? Right in there. the 70 range. If it breaks above, then I'm fine. I'll be perfectly fine. I'm already in some positions, but I'm not trading the sideways channel because if you see, look at that, it's becoming compressed. It's becoming a wedge, and it's indecisive. So at this point, I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to be ruse based. I'm going to be focused. I'll buy the dip down to the 70,000 range, but other than that, I'm hands off currently. All right, guys, this is my take on Bitcoin for the holidays. Take care. Merry Christmas.